I'm switching as fast as I can out of gold and silver into Bitcoin, because I think Bitcoin in 2025, it'll probably go to 250,000 a coin. The rich will get richer, you guys will get richer, but my generation's toast. They're still hanging on to their 401k and IRA, and the bond market collapses or the yield curve shifts. This is going to be the biggest change in world history, and the average guy playing golf today has no idea what I just said. So that's the biggest problem of all.
Bitcoin's going to be like that. It's not going to be like we need this strategic reserve or we need this Saudi sheik to buy it. This thing's just going to work. This thing will just work, and it will work.
Robert Kiyosaki predicts Bitcoin could hit $250,000 by 2025 as traditional markets struggle. As digital assets like Bitcoin gain popularity, investors are moving away from gold and silver, once seen as the go-to for wealth preservation. Bitcoin's decentralized nature makes it resilient, thriving without reliance on government policies or central banks. Experts like Fred Krueger believe Bitcoin's ability to function independently will drive its growth even during times of market uncertainty. Stick around for insights from both Kiyosaki and Krueger on Bitcoin's promising future.
Was ever since 1964, I've been saving silver. So right now I'm trading in my silver to buy more Bitcoin, because the silver I was buying was at 10 cents an ounce. Today it's $30 an ounce. So the dollar went down, the price of silver and gold went up. So now I'm going to trade that for Bitcoin. So I want to talk about Bitcoin. It's your generations. People I'm concerned about are my generation, younger guys, because they don't know anything about it. And the reason Bitcoin is doing so well is because my generation or generation before, America is now the biggest debtor nation in history. They're printing $1 trillion every 90 days. And as much as I like President Trump, as a friend of mine, they don't talk about it. They don't talk about how they're going to handle that debt. Now, they brought in, Elon Musk and the Vivek to be the Doge, Department of Government Efficiency or something. If they do what they do, it's going to sink this whole economy. So that's why for years I've saved silver and gold, but now I'm taking all my silver and gold and converting to Bitcoin. There was a guy named Raoul Pal. Years and years ago, I was asking him about Bitcoin, and he says, you better start buying it now. So thanks to Raoul Pal, I bought it at $6,000. Today it's $96,000. And I still talk to old guys my age. Well, what's so good about it? I said, well, one time it was 10 cents. Now it's 96,000. You get the numbers? There is something about old people who can't get it. Check in on YouTube, listen to them, figure it out, start listening to figure it out. And this guy, Michael Saylor, he's using it to stock his treasury. I talked to my own company. They'd rather save dollars than Bitcoin. It's one of the biggest mistakes I've seen old guys making. Boomer generation, they still rather have fake dollars than Bitcoin. So again, as Bitcoin zealot, listen to it, go to YouTube, check it out, because the dollar is coming down. Let me say it again. If I was to spend $1 a second, it would take me 31,688 years to spend $1 trillion. And like I said, when I'm angry at the fuck Obama, he put your generation in debt, student loan debt. These sons of bitches, these academic, Democrat, liberal, commie pinkos, what is wrong with them? So that's what disturbs. One more thing I want you to look at here is that one of the reasons I'm one of the owners of this place here is because my poor dad just played golf. My rich dad owned the golf course. What does your father teach you about the game of golf? I suck at the game. I hate golf. I don't hate it. It just takes a lot of time to get good at it. But I own 5 golf courses because I get paid to own them. I don't get paid to play on them. So that's what, to all the younger people out there, times have really, really changed so rapidly, but too many people are operating with old ideas. So that's my concern right now. I'm switching as fast as I can out of gold and silver into Bitcoin, because I think Bitcoin in 2025, it'll probably go to 250,000 a coin. So thanks to Raoul Pal, I was buying it at 6. I got lots of it. I'm getting richer as the dollar goes down. But my age group, the old boomer guys, we have no idea what's going on, and they choose to be stupid and poor. But this is one of the biggest changes, this Bitcoin change, one of the biggest changes I have ever seen. I think anybody's lifetime. But the old guys just are not getting it. So that's my concern.
Why do you think the old people don't get it?
They're fucking stupid. I've studied this for most of my life since I was 16. Well, I'll just say that much. When I was 16 years old, I started looking at what we call this quarters and half dollars. And then when I was 18 years old, our silver coins, like the quarters and half dollars, turned into fake money. That was 1965. They turned pure silver into copper. And they violated, I talked to you guys about Gresham's law. Gresham's law is when fake money enters the system, good money goes into a hiding. And then in 1971, Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. I mean, everybody should know that. But the boomers are so fucking stupid, they don't pay attention to it. They go, oh, it's for a dollar. I'm getting a pay raise. I'm getting this. I'm saving dollars. I got some CDs. I got a 401k. I got a S&P 500 stocks. But that's not the problem. The problem is our money. I don't know what's wrong with people. This is the biggest change in world history, the shift from fake money to crypto, to digital money. And I'm on it as hard as I can. Rel Bell was a great subject about banana, because right now the price of Bitcoin is going through the roof. That means the dollar's coming down. But the people my age still save dollars. Dollars coming down, Bitcoin's getting up. They can't get it. They can't get it. They're so fucking stupid. I can't believe it. And so the rich will get richer. You guys will get richer. But my generation's toast. They're still hanging on to their 401k and IRA, and the bond market collapses or the yield curve shifts. This is going to be the biggest change in world history. And the average guy playing golf today has no idea what I just said. So that's the biggest problem of all.
Indiana is moving toward Bitcoin adoption with House Bill 1322, allowing state retirement funds to invest in Bitcoin ETFs. If passed, this bill would give pension funds, like those for public employees and teachers, the option to include Bitcoin ETFs in their portfolios. This follows a trend with other states like Wisconsin and Michigan already investing in crypto. With Bitcoin's historical returns averaging 109% annually, more states are exploring crypto for retirement savings. Now let's hear Fred Krueger's thoughts on Bitcoin's rising success.
So I think we're in for a very long ride, a really long ride. And that's the main thing I want to say is, like, you've been in Bitcoin a long time, but you've only been in institutional Bitcoin the same long time as anybody else, 1 year, because everything you did before that, it's sort of like, it's like a VC when they invest in a company. They view that the time starts when they invest. Like whatever happened before that, whatever the founders did before, it doesn't matter. Clock starts when the institutional money comes in. And I feel like that's where we are with Bitcoin. The clock has started on this new thing. And the last thing you want to do is use your models from the previous era to kind of project the next era. But those models are not going to work anymore. Like, you may think, oh, well, it's going to do this, the mining this, the cycles. Oh, great. You sold in, and you want to kind of time it so better than anybody else. You're going to sell in August of this year. Great. You're going to sell in August. You're going to be up 60%, 70%. And you're going to think you're going to miss the crash of 2026, except there won't be a crash of 2026. And there won't be a crash of 2027. And, it'll just keep on going up. So, all I know is I'm not smart enough to say that I think 2026 is going to be a down year. So I'm definitely hodling through from here on out. Now
That's a good point.
That's what I'm doing. Now, on the other hand, will I sell a little bit just to spend it? Not for, not for portfolio reason, but just buy something, maybe, yeah, probably, I might peel off some money and do something. I don't know what, but like you, but I think money's meant to be spent, but I think that, I do think that we're in kind of now for a long, very positive route, similar to buying Apple stock, in 2010 or something, or Amazon in 2010, and those, I can tell you, look, I owned Apple in 2008, and I bought it when they first came out with the iPhone. I was like, oh man, this thing's gonna be great. And the stock doubled. It did bad, and then it doubled. It recouped after 2010. I said, oh, I'm done. Great trade, fantastic. Stock went up 50 times after that. 50 times, okay? Apple has gone up 50 times from 2010 till now.
That's crazy.
And you know, did they have a new product? Not really. They had the watch, you know. Yeah. They had the watch, you know what I mean? The iPhone came out while I still had Apple shares. I bought in a little bit along the way, but I had a pretty big position in Apple. And you know, Amazon, you could have avoided the crash of 2000, but then afterwards, it's afterwards that even in the last decade, Amazon just did phenomenal, right? So it was a very mature company, nothing fantastically new, or there was no strategic reserve that moved Amazon up, right? Just went up, just kept on going up, right? So I think Bitcoin's going to be like that. It's not going to be like we need this strategic reserve, or we need this Saudi sheik to buy it. This thing's just going to work. This thing will just work, and it will work. And really, you gotta just extend your time frame to about a decade. And I think you got to figure out, okay, how do I make sure that I have Bitcoin, my core position, throughout this decade? So whatever your plan is, you got to make sure that you do not sell more than 20% of your Bitcoin for the next 10 years. So you got that 20% you can play around with. You can do whatever you want. But keep 80%. As long as you keep 70 or 80%, the numbers are going to be amazing for you.
Yeah.
All of us old timers are going to be really, I think, are going to really, really benefit from just the pure growth factor. And I think that the key is just to kind of keep a level head and stay calm and understand that there will be volatility, and fine. We're okay with it. And it's volatility. When you bought you came in 2016, right? So about like $500 Bitcoin, right?
Yep.
Right. So
first Bitcoin was $670.
Okay, so 670. Yeah, I remember when it crossed 1,000. Man, that was a crazy time.
Bitcoin is entering a new phase of long-term growth that could change the way market cycles work. Unlike the past, where traders focused on timing crashes and rebounds, we're now stepping into the institutional era of Bitcoin. With growing adoption and demand, the old boom and bust patterns may not apply anymore. Selling too soon could mean missing out on steady growth for the next decade, much like those who sold Apple or Amazon early on. Fred Krueger suggests holding a strong core position and making smaller trades as Bitcoin evolves into a dominant asset. Stay ahead of the game. Subscribe now to get the latest updates on Bitcoin and crypto.